Doing quite well. On something I was going to comment on. I can't remember what it was. Yeah. I just don't think it would be cost effective to spend $5,000 or $6,000 at damn near 88 years of age, Chris. I told Wanda I'd leave the tooth out. And she said, don't do that because you smile all the time, you'll have that big black spot missing, no tooth. I said, that'll make me a little bit more charming. Anyway. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Chris. Probably a gold tooth wouldn't be any more than what this guy wants for an implant. Now put a diamond in the middle of the gold tooth. A VK6KJ, a VK2SR, W5JI. Yes, sir. A little bit, but it sounds somewhat better, Bob. Oh, you're doing well. Here's the thing. The audio is good quality, don't misunderstand. It sounds good, but I wouldn't have recognized your voice without you saying your call earlier. Now, it's more like what I'm used to hearing your voice. Bob, over. Think so. Well, we need to save, we need to import what your good numbers were and then export them back into the radio at a later date. That's what Frank told me to do, Frank and Ernie, because I had a hell of a time getting this lined out. I finally got rid of the D104 after 40 years. So I'm using a different mic, and it took a bit to get it fairly well lined out. Not as high-pitched as the other, but still okay, I guess. Yeah, but that's a very nice radio, and it does a good job. And it takes a little bit to get things lined out. Here on the Anon, you've got a great number of options up and down the scale where to set it. And Chris, I am impressed with your vehicle that you mentioned. And man, white leather, man, that's damn up, so to speak. VK2SR, VK6KJ, W5JI. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, okay, Good morning to you all. Hello, Mr. McElroy. Mr. McElroy, top of the morning, right? Oh, Commander, how you doing? Hey, Joseph. Fine, glad to see you, Steve. We got Bob on here also, VK6KJ. Go ahead, Bob. bit this morning. Joseph, good to hear you. Things are wonderful here. Had great big storms all last night, but right now the storms have quit, and hopefully we'll have sunshine sometime later on today. I tell you, Bob, I think your audio sounds wonderful. You're 10 over 9 with me, and your audio is crystal clear, and sounds real good to me, so that's my 2 cents worth, and Chris, you always sound wonderful here. You're about 20 to 25 over 9 on the FTDX 5000 barefoot. I know I guess you're on the 9000 this morning. Joseph, good to hear you, buddy. Hope you're doing well, and appreciate you letting me get in here and relay me into the fellows down under. W5JI, K4JPD. Good, Joe?
Well, very good, Steve. Delighted to hear you as always. Yeah, Bob's audio is excellent, but I wouldn't have recognized his voice because the frequency response. I've got mine at 120 and 2900, Bob, but 200 is fine. You might lower it a little. I don't know if that'd make any difference. I don't know anything about anything, but that's about audio.
Let me turn it down to the commander.
Hey, Steve, since you've been gone, he got himself a lady car, man. Straight 6, turbo, 300 horsepower BMW, lady vehicle, VK2SR, K4JPD, VK6KJ, W5JI. Go ahead, Chris. Very good, Chris, man. You're rocking and a rolling. Well, Steve, delighted you got your antenna fixed. I was telling, who was I telling? I guess I was telling Sherman that you indicated there was water in the ballon. He was wondering if you had silicone to seal it, and if it could have been condensation. I wouldn't have thought so. But I'm glad you got all that changed. Sound fantastic. Awfully good hearing you, and I know what I was going to ask you. Did your lady ever figure out a way how to get the injection behind the wallpaper?
I don't think she's done that yet. She hasn't told me about that. We looked at several videos, and she had used, well, I do know the latest on it. She did go to Walmart, wherever they sell needles in Walmart, or syringes, and she told them what she was doing with it, and they gave her 2 or 3 syringes, so she had them. The deal is, the wallpaper is on top, and she just wanted to get a little glue on the wallpaper, so she takes a little needle and injects the glue into the wallpaper and then presses it down, Joe. Sounds like a good idea if it works, so she's ready, but I don't think she had told me if she's done it.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting, Steve. And with a small needle, and if the glue is thin enough, that ought to work. And put it in 2 or 3 places, and you'll never notice a little hole from the needle going 2 or 3 areas around the big bubble. I hope it's not bubbled all over the wall. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, great, I haven't seen what you've done it before, so, give you what you need to do it, what time you need to do it. Just wasn't sure where you was going to get a syringe to do that, but, we should always go down to the drug houses and hang out, pick up some needles down there. I've never seen of those around. I cannot believe, Chris's car sounds great. Chris, take me back to my single days. Of course, you remember the story on that. There were quite a number of Mercedes that went through the garage, as well as the Rolls Royce that was shot that we had in somewhere in the 1980s. That was that seems like a whole other world away. That white interior wouldn't work with me. I got an F-150 Lariat pickup truck. It has the tan Horseman interior, and the car basically Chris jumping in and out with tools and dirty clothes and coming from the gym and basketball clothes and all that. But anyway, congratulations. I know you'll enjoy that. When we get it down to Uncle Bob is just both you and Chris both are just barreling into Georgia today. Glad you can hear me well. I'll bring you next time around the amplifier's warmed up. I'll bring in a VK6KJ and a group tape for JBD in Georgia. Remember? Hadn't said anything. Go ahead, Chris.
pressure hanging in there steady at 20 dBs over S9 on the 5,000, and I'm in the hanging in there 20 over 9, and Bob's a little behind, about 15 over, and Joe's 25 or 30 over me, being in close to the corner. Yeah, tons of rain last night, lots of good time thinking about the old cars and all the things. There's no snow today. I said, if I die today, fall out of this bucket up here working this antenna and die, then y'all can say he really doesn't care. I mean, I know I'm not ready to check out, but boy, have I had fun. And that being said, talking about balance, Joe, those balance, I think, because porcelain insulators are hard to seal up. I actually took that DX engineered balance and covered it from one end to the other with silicone around every one of the connectors and everything on it. It was still on it, the silicone is set up, but you could take that balance and shake it and hear the water sloshing around inside. I did not put weep holes in the balance, so we would have, unless it was water, rainwater that leaked into the balance, it would have to be condensation that over a period of 2 or 3 years and built up in it to the point where it was about to short the balance out. And this is the fourth time that a DX engineered balance had water in it, so I gave up. I'm now using balance design and they seem to work okay. I guess time will tell if they'll stand the test of time, but I have now balance design company balance on all the antennas, Joe. W5JI, K4JBD. Oh yeah, that guy out of Denton, Texas. He does a beautiful job, and he is quite reasonable. He really does an excellent job. I'm sure you'll be very satisfied. Those I've got one on my 40-meter antenna, I believe, was it DX Engineering. Come to think of it, I'm not sure. But I've got a couple of the talons from the guy in Denton. Fellas, it's 5 after 7. I got to get out of here. Tremendous pleasure, Steve. So delighted to hear you. I am surprised that Jim Jackson did not show up. Hello? Do what? Oh, it's your buddy from out there in Texas. There you go, Joe. I don't think so. Oh, it wasn't his voice.
KA3,
I did. Steve, delighted you got everything fixed, and you were telling me about how you fixed those hairpins. I was concerned about Pete, because he's got the same antenna, but it's only a 3-element. He's got a pair of them. Those are up as long as yours have been up. I don't know how in the world he's going to get up to 165 feet. Or take them down or do whatever. I was thinking about JB Weld underneath that plastic, going to the boom and then strap it down, but I'm sure you got it wired. Chris, it's been a pleasure. Bob, it's a pleasure. Thank you all very much for coming by. The VK2SR and others, W5JI. Have a good one.